Welcome to Igniting Inspired Insight, a space for real conversations with incredible humans all over the world. As you know, I'm your host, Jay. You also know that we're going to flow through three questions that open the door to reflection, resonance, and revelation. One question I ask every guest, one they don't expect, and one they get to ask me and maybe even answer themselves. This is a space for truth, trust, and the kind of insight that comes from simply being human. Let's begin. Today, I'm really excited because this is the first time, it won't be the last, but this is the official first time I have a guest on podcast I have not met before. We have been connected through a beautiful friend, Yarik, who some of you may have seen his episode. And she's also dialing in from Mexico. Yay. I hope she's sending some sun my way. So I'm really honored to have you here and really excited to see where our inquiry goes. Even in our first few minutes, I'm like already just excited to align our energies. So I want to hand it over to you, and I'm so just honored to have you. Thank you so much, and welcome to Larissa. And for those who are listening, who is Larissa?
Thank you, Jay. Oh, what an introduction. I feel so honored and uh,
Yay.
yeah, suddenly it's not a Zoom call, it's suddenly a very divine space. So I'm happy that you opened this up and inviting me to the podcast. Well, this question, it's a big question. Who's
It is.
Larissa?
It is. You answer whatever way you wish, my love.
Yes, I've been answering that and will be answering that for a while.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely depth and more definition to it, but just to stay on the grounded level, my name is Larissa and I have a Russian last name. And I've been I've been guided by inner healing. And so I have created a Green Tower Health, which is my company, where I make holistic products with herbs. And I help others to come to their holistic health, to their equilibrium, and and also I just authored a book, my first book, which I never thought I could write and publish. And so yeah,
Wow,
just
congratulations.
milestones. Yes,
Yes.
that's
Can you
me.
share just a little piece about the book? What's the
Yes, I
title?
yes, this actually a friend of mine who just bought that, and I found it
Hmm.
in her closet. This is
Yes,
it.
perfect.
So it's 800 pages, very
Yes.
large, and it's about love.
Hmm.
So it's a very a deep topic for me since childhood, understanding what love is
Hmm.
and why we chasing that, why we want that, why we're longing that, why we're trying to remember that, and is the foundation of our life and health and relationships, and it's a very deep subject. And so
Hmm.
yeah, taking this journey about healing, about transforming, about it's my story. In a way, it's a novel. It's traveling with where this love goes, takes me, and why love is so important, and
Hmm.
why. So it's a very beautiful, deep journey
Wow.
of my own becoming.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'm already intrigued. We're gonna have to work out how to get a copy to New Zealand.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
one for sure. But that's me.
Okay. And we get to learn more as we go through our beautiful inquiry. So, this is where we head into the first question, which everyone answers, and the answer is divinely different, which is just so incredible for us to receive and hear. So, for you, what's one moment, experience, or belief that changed the way you see the world?
This it's a really good question, and one of the things, of course, I would say it's most painful experience in my life. I think that is the most profound and transformative in healing, and brought me closer to inquiry, brought me closer to understanding who I am and why I'm here. And I think when I also consult with my clients, this usually the turning point for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of it's this when we separate from our parents, from our divine parents, right, also from this source, and we on our free will we go along, and we test and test it like children,
Mm-hmm.
it's the boundaries, and the further we go, the further we understand that we are not connected and we in this disharmony. And so that turning point where it's like a rubber band, where you just so far away from the source, trying your own
Mm-hmm.
thing. As a child, you get lost. And then the things like health. So for me was diagnosis, cancer diagnosis. So that was
Mm-hmm.
a great awakening. And relationship failure. Failure, I mean, yeah, there was out of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and a loss of money, a loss of support. Um, that was the turning point for me. That really brought me back on my knees, into humbleness, into this closer back to the source. So I'm very grateful for this moment. At the time, of course, not.
It doesn't feel that way.
Doesn't feel, no, you you
Yeah.
just you perceive it as a punishment, or you perceive it as a bad luck or unfortunate event, and of course it's like, why me?
Mm-hmm.
This kind of a victim idea. Then of course you go into other extreme where you're angry, and you're fighting even more. And eventually you come to understanding that was the most profound, and you're very grateful for that event in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
uh,
That's the ultimate shift as a human, right? Is when you
yeah.
move the experience that you've been through from victim to lesson,
Hmm.
and when you can really see what you've received from it and what's been gathered within you. Because I think I sort of see it as like those are the necessary strengths and struggles that are needed for where you're going.
Yes, yes. And then it doesn't stop, right? It's like
Yeah.
usually a big moment
Yeah. Yeah.
where you really see, you hear, your
Hmm.
ears open, eyes, right? You
Yeah.
suddenly like, okay, I see it. It has to be so big
Hmm.
for you to notice, right? And then there's micro happening
Hmm.
every day,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just like micro adjustments. I
Hmm.
call it. Your life
Yeah,
is like,
absolutely.
there. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Uh, but now you open eyes and ears, so you can see and hear and understand. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. It's really beautiful. And with those learnings, is there a way that you think that it's sort of specifically changed the way you view the world moving forward?
Uh, Specifically, I would say yes. It's kind of it's a divine language. It's
Hmm.
like this important divine language uh that so when we are born, right, we don't have an instructions to our physical body. Like I
Hmm.
had to be even becoming a nurse and medical professional and working in a hospital for 15 years, I'm
Hmm.
still, I do not understand my own instruction. I don't have the
Yeah, we don't have a manual.
well, it's like I mean we get a microwave or we get the blender and we get 20, 30 pages instructions how to
Yeah.
use. But when we are born, nobody gives us anything. Our
Hmm.
parents are the same. So yeah, so this it is it's like this disconnection, right? And then even you go to school, you go into different professions, and then you go into relationships. Again, there is
Hmm.
no manual for this. You're just like a blind child. So this map or this manual is that is built in into these moments,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
profound transformational moments.
Hmm.
uh, and I guess we don't read. Knowing from my own experience, when I
Hmm.
get a blender, you kind of know how to use it, right? So there's like this ego. Yeah, what is it? What's difficult about it? You just plug it
Yeah.
in and that's it, right? But
Yeah.
then, but then when there's errors, when something gets stuck, so there is you remember that there is manual, you want to read it and you want to pay attention. So these examples in life to me is like that,
Hmm.
we yeah, it's like it's in these um I know everything.
Yeah. 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 I hear you.
I know how to use my body. I know what I want, and so you don't look at the manual. You don't know where it is. You not even want to know, especially when parents want to tell you something.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or please, I know better.
Yeah.
And it is true. We do know, but
Yeah.
it's when we disconnected,
Hmm.
we and so yeah, in these moments you remember. It's
Hmm.
like the
Yeah.
manual isn't here, and it's in divine language, and you need different skills to access it, and humbleness, and
Agreed.
this egoic, which is important, right? Egoic
Hmm.
strength is important. That's how we learn.
Hmm.
But that moment is that what I think is the biggest lessons. But it's so structured in the way of unconditional love. I love that how it's
Hmm.
structured. Okay, it's with you. The manual with you. You just have to get to it.
Hmm.
But here you are, free to explore and do your thing, go into this relationship pattern that you think it's amazing. Fall in love with the guy that doesn't love you. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
um, find a job that bring you money but doesn't bring you value. Or listen
Hmm.
to what society tells you. So all of this, is you're free to explore, right? And or jump off the airplane.
Yes. Yes.
I've done, you know.
Yeah, I hear
Uh,
you. I hear
I'm
you.
yeah.
And there's so much wisdom. I think one thing that piece that I wanted to come back to was when you talked about the knowing and the body knows, right?
Hmm.
And the manual is inside. And I think the piece that I really like to clarify there is that people then, with that thought, go into, well, how do I figure it out? But this isn't the place that it sits in. This is not the animal, the muscle that's going to figure that out. Like it really is in tuning into the body. And I think the body keeps calling us home to these
Hmm.
ailments or to these shifts for a reason. And it deepens our, this is what you're saying, it deepens our connection to self, but to the soul, to who we
Exactly.
are more than the body.
Right. Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
it's a good point. You brought it up. The mental is so it's intellect, right? Right now we see a lot of AI.
Hmm.
Um, there's so much information. We're flooded with information. But if it stays on the level here, It's not processed. It's just increasing our egoic structure and nothing.
Hmm.
Just lost in there, right? It's not because what is this information is for whom, so it's just inflating, 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 more power, more information.
Mm.
Uh, but it's again, it's further away from the manual, and the manual is divine, so it has to be in the heart
Yes.
level. So yeah, so if you're not sharing, like if we do in a podcast just for two of us,
Yes.
how,
Yeah.
no,
What's the point?
what's the point? Exactly. If we can't make someone else,
Hmm.
benefit from it, right?
Yes.
Or bring it through the heart and deliver in such a way that it will, not a judgment, right? Not a information. If I just repeat some numbers and some when I consult my patients
Hmm.
with medical, if I just use scientific terms, they're not going to understand, they're not going to be motivated to
Hmm.
transform, they're not going to connect with it. All I will do is just put myself in this pedestal of this, like,
Yes.
wow, I know everything, you don't know any. The like what that's for, that's just a big fall again. So
Yes.
but if this information goes through the heart and bring value and transformation, and I can make someone healthier,
Hmm.
uh, then that's a value. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And the other thing I hear there is like, I mean, that's truly the essence of being human, is not being in a space of I have all the answers, but in what are the questions I need to ask? Like, what can being in curiosity. And to
Yes,
me,
yes,
that's like the opposite. Like, I have all the answers feels very closed. And what can I learn? What's coming through for me? What am I being shown? Is so open, and that's is very relevant and to the energy as well that we receive or are sapped by. That we,
yes.
yeah, it's really
Mm,
beautiful. I
yeah.
thank you for sharing that. It's just so powerful. Yeah. I completely agree, and I love hearing that, and even the analogy of the manual. It's so
Uh,
good.
yeah.
Here we are. And because of what I've heard from you so far, I'm excited to ask this question, and it seems simple, but I'm imagining the answer won't be, which is great. So my question for you, it actually came through for me yesterday for you, is what do you do when you feel flat? What do you do when you feel your energy is really low?
Hmm. Uh, it's very good question. I've lived through that, and the depth of it. I mean, I wrote about it. These moments, I even went as far as I would call it near suicide.
Okay.
That there were thoughts, right? So
Hmm.
this is uh, that feeling, right? So I've lived the depth of it, right?
Hmm.
So it's this energy, and how, so I, through that experience, I understand how you get there and how you can go up.
Hmm.
um so, and there, during the lifetime, I also experienced them in micro level, so they never go away, because
Hmm.
we live in duality, well, one day is like this, and next day you don't know, something, there is no control of things.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
happen. It's unavoidable. Living, that's part of the experience. uh yeah, so for me, um when when you go when I went deep into that, in the depth of that energy, right? This blame, self, it's usually this low vibrations, blame, or self-judgment. It's all self-infliction, and putting more into this position of victim, victim of situation, victim of this. So there's no power. Um, and to get out of that is you need equally strong tools, on a micro level. So when these moods, yeah, right, moods come and go, I mean, we can fix like different things, like chocolate sometimes helps, talking to a friend, or just someone who don't mirror that judgment, because you already in that self-judgment, right? But usually if I talk to my mom or parents, usually I'm faced right back with my own self-judgment, so it's not very helpful. So this unconditional love, you look for that unconditional love, and that's you seek that, and that you can only see or reflect in someone that has done their work and has done some conscious work on themselves as a human being, somewhat realized and understanding the depth, and have a high sense of compassion. So they've been there, and they were able to um transform that lower energy into higher, and offer that space, and understand. So, and for me, in that depth, I found my teacher. My spiritual teacher is still there. I'm still following her, and she's gone through that process 15 years ago. So she very understanding, and just with one session, um, I found that comfort, and that was a turning point. And now, so, but the thing is, then we can get used to, right? So dependency can be created, and you want that love, you want that connection, you want more and more. And eventually what is will point is back you that I needed to find that tool, that mechanism myself. And yeah, so I can make some sweet, some chocolate and some other things. Yes, it can help, but it doesn't touch the depth. And so that's how I came into energy based practice. It's a more advanced yoga. So I've studied yoga and meditation for 5 years, and I still wasn't touching that depth. And when I came to Cosmoenergetica, which is another, it's an advanced yoga, it's a Russian based school, something in me remembered this practice, and it was something easy for me to understand, and I very well connected, and this is what really helping me to transform internally and creating that environment within me. And then I can, then it's easy to offer other other people. So it's like, instead of buying the chocolate, I'm now found the recipe, found the
Yes.
ingredient, found a place to make it, and now I'm making the chocolate within
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah,
uh,
beautiful.
mhm. I guess
Yeah. There's so
that
much to really take in there, and to let and I invite the listener to just sort of contemplate on what part speaks to you, and the parts that I say this with a lot of our work, and you may do the same. It's like, take the piece that really stands out to you, and work on that, and then let it stretch, which is really beautiful. Thank you. I feel the wholeness in that and the micro and the macro. Yeah, which is really powerful.
Hmm. Yeah, it's still a process.
Oh yeah, always. That's just being human, right?
Right, right. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, oh, it's not enough. Okay, we need more. What
Hmm.
else can we do? Okay.
Yeah,
And
there's another layer to the lesson.
right.
Yes. So, my love, now we get to move into you asking me a question.
All right. Oh, would you like me um mm, to pause? Oh,
Yes, so here we are, section three, reflecting light. And Larissa, you have a question for me.
I do. This is a question that I have asked myself and I'm still asking, and I feel
Mhm.
like it's such a big question that I will be asking. And I would love to ask a different person, and especially you,
Hmm.
what do you think love is?
What do I think love is? Well, first and foremost, I think that the greatness of us is more than words, so it's hard to describe. But for
Hmm.
me, love is a universe, and this is because of the energy work that I work in, but it is a life force energy. It is everything. And I feel as though that love, the way I see it, is the thread that connects us all. It connects everything. Um, Love on a human sense is to me, it is a depth of connection and understanding between two beings. It is a patience, a presence, a compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that love is a willingness to grow. Yeah. So
Yes.
and that's just what's flowing through me. But first, as soon as you asked the question, first I just saw and felt this like flow of energy as I do, and that's sort of what we channel when we work with Reiki and things like that is like that universal life force, which to me is and feels like love, like the
Hmm.
greatest form of, the purest form of. And I believe it's available for all of us.
Mm. Yes.
What do you
And
think? To that,
I
what do you think about what I shared?
is what yes, yeah, totally agree. I
Hmm.
feel in your answer, I feel the experience
Hmm.
that you've experienced love.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, there is an right, the answer is coming from the experience, a deep
Hmm.
experience.
Hmm.
And I wanted to ask you, would you answer that differently when you were a teenager, for example?
100%. Yep,
Hmm.
absolutely. Because, well, I can't say it's all teenagers, but definitely for me, because of where I was at as a teenager, because of my earlier experiences as a child, I was very disconnected from spirit, from my body, from relationships themselves. It's just like, yeah. So I was very much in a disconnected, fear-based, insecure vibration. So
Mm,
there was no allowance for love. That doesn't mean that it wasn't there, but I didn't feel it.
right, right,
Um,
exactly. Hmm.
yeah, and yeah, no, I didn't feel that as a teenager. And it's interesting that you say that as I share, that you could feel that through experience. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that on that, what speaks to me is that we don't really know the complete or the wholeness, like the full vibration of love until we've lost,
Hmm.
until we've experienced grief. And as my yoga teacher says, the savage bliss of that grief, of like that love or grief, the greater the grief, the it's a divine reflection of the magnitude of the love.
Yes, totally agree. I don't think you can experience love fully or all the spectrum without pain, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just reflecting on if someone would ask me that question when I was 12 or when I was 5 or when I was in my 20s or when I was in my 30s, different they would receive a different answer
Hmm.
because I as we experience life that we can experience love
Hmm.
in all this. It's like this rainbow. We might have just a red color, green color, but the
Hmm.
whole spectrum, and then the white light, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and even in a relationship for me also, um, this journey of love, when my first love, my first boy, because this
Mm.
is where you really go into the love theme. It's not with your parents so much. There's it's with the opposite, right? It's this in this intimate relationship. So the first love, I thought, wow, this is so amazing. You're making love, you kissing, there's all these butterflies and emotions and you and you realize later on, and then it disappears. Where did it go? Why? What happened? And then I had uh, marriage, different relationship. More, we were building house, we were, going to school and supporting each other. And he's, like this husband and wife roles, and also is that this is now on the third chakra. From we went from second chakra to the third chakra, taking care of each other, but still it never went to the heart. So I experienced that love, and then with that was longing, and then when that relationship fell apart, I understood that there was a longing for soul connection, and that's where I jumped into the consciousness and the yoga and all this other exploration, and finding the soul and connection. And then when I had a third relationship from that, it was all already nourishing and fulfilling, and there's more love. But then that ended, and then so there's more to explore. And now you're in that space, you're like, wow, what is, as love progressing, the quality of love and the expansion of love's happening. So yeah, it's such a beautiful, it's a experiential process.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
very deep topic, and
Oh
understand.
yeah. It really
Yeah.
is. But that can lead us in many directions. I think it's such a beautiful thing, for us to speak on, but also for those who are listening, perhaps to have that conversation. What does it mean to you? What does it feel like for you? What's your experience with it? And there doesn't have to be a right or wrong or an end outcome to the conversation. It's just being in that contemplation and curiosity, which to me is
Mhm.
key. But it is
Yeah.
also, if you were to have that conversation with another, with someone you know and love, it's an opportunity for growth and understanding and to deepen your connection,
Hmm.
which can increase that force, that flow of love between two people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Breaking.
I think, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, this element of breaking the heart, right? Breaking the heart, closing the heart, and then reopening. And then, oh wow, it's another dimension of love.
Hmm.
But going back to your original note that without grief, without pain, it's impossible to feel love. Uh, right?
Mm.
It's
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a version of love that we feel like we're experiencing, but it's when we experience grief that we're like, whoa, okay, there's a
mm,
whole nother level to it that isn't available until something like the
right.
feeling of grief, which I feel is, yeah, I really do relate the grief to it to being a divine reflection of love, like they are intertwined, um,
Mm,
which is it's challenging, but also one of the most beautiful experiences of life.
right. Yeah.
Mm. So this is where I would love to ask you, and for those who are listening, because I'm sure that they've been drawn, some will have been drawn into what you're sharing and want to know more about what you do and where you do it or how. So I would love that opportunity now, as Larissa, if you could share how people connect with you. And obviously we'll put links that you speak about in the show notes, but for those who are listening, how do they find you?
Thank you, Jay, for offering that. And I'm here I'm here to guide and to help anyone who are struggling in different phases of their life. With usually people come to me with health. Because of my medical background as a nurse, a registered nurse, I worked in California for a long time in a heart unit. And so love and heart was my base training in the physical world.
Wow.
Right. And then I ended up in Hridaya Yoga Center, which is also heart-based, but spiritual heart-based. So I have these two, it's yeah, this science and love. I don't know how to say science and love merged together, and health, holistic health. So I do consultations and help to guide people through their challenges, psychologically, health wise, and energetically uplifting, and when they're going through difficult situations. So they can find me. I've started my small private company. It's called Green Tara Health. In France, I was born in France out of deep meditation and deep guidance and blessings. This Green Tara, which is a goddess of compassion, and
Mhm.
she's been with me since ever then, guiding me into this more holistic health that are, I feel, we all lacking. Me included.
Mhm.
So whether it's people are struggling with cancer or um, depression or different things. I'm here to, from my own experience and from my own tools that I've acquired through this
Mhm.
process. I can share them and support them in this way. And also, they can find a lot of things in the book.
Yes.
Chasing love. So it's about healing, traveling, rediscovering, finding, and yeah, this coming back to the harmony, which
Mm.
is cornerstone of physical health.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I
Thank
feel like
you.
a lot of the conversation that we've had today will probably lead to curiosity around the book and around what you share there. So I'm excited for people to connect with that, and we'll
Hmm.
share that in the show notes. So
Thank
for those have been joining us today, take a breath and really let what you've heard, what you've received settle in. Maybe it sparked something in you. Maybe it's actually shifted or even possibly created a little residue for you to inquire on. And that is all meant. These insights aren't just stories, they're invitations. So until next time, May you walk with awareness, speak with truth, and live in what lights you up. And I want to say thank you so much, Larissa, for being with us today.
Thank you, Jay, very much for this space, and
It's a
blessings to
pleasure.
listeners. Yes.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.